Okay, so for today, we are going to create a virtual machine using the EC2 instance from AWS and Apache web server. It's going to be a very simple index.html page displayed on the browser. And in the next video, we'll transform it into a landing page. So first step. We're here at the AWS Management Console. We're going to go to EC2 instance service, and we are going to go to instances, and we're going to launch a new instance. Here, we're going to add the name. The first iteration is not really going to look like a landing page, but let's just give it that name now. I'm not going to go over everything because there's so much, but I will talk a little bit about maybe the most important stuff. So the first step is we're going to create an image from an Amazon machine image. It's basically a template that is going to have your operating system, configuration file, software. We could choose Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Ubuntu. Today, we're going to choose Amazon Linux. We are going to choose a key pair, which is going to help us connect our remote virtual machine to our local machine. So we're going to choose this now, and you will understand it better later. I'm going to choose when I'll explain it better later. I'm going to choose a practice here, which is something I already have in my downloads folder. Again, you'll understand it better, but again, it's basically to connect my local machine to my virtual machine. I'm going to allow HTTP traffic from the internet to connect to my website, to my index.html file. And that's going to be it for now. We're going to launch our instance. Now, the next step, we could connect, let's say we have a shoe store e-commerce website and we have our images and prices and everything in the database. We could connect to the database now. But again, this is a very simple index HTML file that we will be creating. So let's look at all our instances. This is my practice from before that I terminated. So what we need to do is refresh to see the one that is running. Here is the one that's running. So we are going to click on the running instance to see the details of the instance. Now, what we need to do now is connect our again, our local machine to our virtual machine. We are going to go down to that practice file that I specified earlier. I'm going to click to copy. And now I can go to my command console, my Windows command console. And here, remember I said something about adding it into, it's in the downloads folder, that file. So I need to go there first and then add the command. Okay, we're going to say yes to this. And now we are in our remote virtual machine. And now this is Linux, Amazon Linux, so we need to use Linux commands. So for example, I'm using clear to go to the top of the page. Okay. Now, the next step is we need to install an Apache, a web server. We're going to use Apache web server I'm going to go to my good friend ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask how to install, how do we install Apache web server to Amazon Linux. So this will give us the commands that we will need to do that. It's always a good idea to update all your current libraries. I mean, we don't have anything right now, but just as a good practice, we can do this. So we're going to do that. Okay, go back. We'll get our Apache web server installation command. We will run that. Okay, and then after we install it, we will run it. So let's start our Apache web server. Okay, very nice. Let's go to the top of the page. Okay, so now that we have the Apache web server installed, we will be able to display the index HTML file in the browser. So what are we going to do? We are going to we're going to change our directory, CD for change directory, and we're going to go directly into our HTML folder. And here we are in our HTML folder. And now what we can do is run a command, sudo nano index.html file this command will create an index HTML file in the HTML folder. So what are we going to do now? We're going to go back to our good friend. I think it's a good idea always to add a new chat so that you have you see your titles for each individual thing you're interested in doing. So here, what are we going to do here? We're asking ChatGPT to create a simple HTML file. And we are going to copy and paste this into the console. And here we go. Okay. So we're going to type Control-O to write out, and then Enter to save. Okay, so now we have saved our HTML file. Now, if I want to leave, you can see all these commands at the bottom. I'm going to do Control-X to get out of there. Okay, so now I'm out of that HTML file. Now, what can we do? Well, we can look at our IP address and see if we were successful. We're going to go to our instance here, and we can see our IP address, and we're going to start. Now, this is not going to work. Nope, nope, nope. And the reason is it's because we're trying to connect with HTTPS. HTTPS requires a certificate, an SSL certificate. It's a layer of security that we don't have right now. But here we do have our simple HTML page. So we finished for today. The next project, the next video is going to be to add a landing page. Something a little more fancy. And then after we add the landing page, we'll move on to adding the SSL certificate so that we can access the landing page with HTTPS. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please like and share. If you liked it, you like it, share it, and subscribe.